Today we're going to talk about how Kawhi Leonard managed to do, well, that thing you probably already read about, and we're going to talk about it after the bumper.
What do you mean you don't subscribe to my son's YouTube channel?
Mama, no!
Just snap the damn ball, RJ.
What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. It's always OU related, college football related, sports related. We have a good time today. Well, we got to talk about Paul George deciding to leave the Oklahoma City Thunder to join Kawhi Leonard in Los Angeles, but not to the Lakers, to the friggin' Clippers. Now, there are a lot of angles to this, and I'm kind of workshopping this take because I'm thinking about killing the entire show on Monday to talk about this because this is another historic trade. Now, on the one hand, if you're Sam Presti truther, you think, hey, you got back value. As a matter of fact, I wrote it down just so that I don't screw up the Sam Presti truther take about what it is that Sam Presti actually got for Paul George in trade. Because outside of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, SGA, as OKC fans are going to come to know him, and Danilo Gallinari, you got 3 unprotected first-round picks from the Clippers, 2022, 2024, 2026, plus 2 firsts from Miami, 2021 unprotected, and a 2023 protected 1 through 14, and the right to swap picks with the Clippers in 2023 and 2025. Everybody who knows from basketball says this is a staggering haul. Matter of fact, it kind of makes the trade for Anthony Davis to the Lakers from the Pelicans look like child's play. That's a reference to Chucky behind me. He's creeping closer as the video goes on. I just like Cabbage Patch Kids. What can I say? On the other hand, if you're an OKC fan, this absolutely monumentally sucks. I get that it's the move. Everybody gets that it's the move. What had happened was Kawhi Leonard wanted to play with Kevin Durant in Los Angeles. He didn't want to stay in Toronto by everybody's assessment now that we get it after the fact. So when there was news of Kawhi and KD possibly teaming up, people were like, yo, that's going to be weird. And it felt like the place was the Clippers, which meant the Clippers had to feel really good about this because it's like, wait a second, really? But it turned out Kevin Durant was blindsided by it and also was like, yo, man, I'm flattered by it, but I'm already going to do this thing with Kyrie out at Brooklyn, so I'm not going to do this thing with you out in L.A. And Kawhi Leonard, who walks quietly and carries a lot of cell phones, that's a recruiting metaphor there. Look, he says, all right, let me go down the list of available superstars, and by the way, unavailable superstars, to see who would want to play with me in LA because I don't want to go there by myself. I also think that it's really great that Bumble is the jersey sponsor of the LA Clippers because, man, the joke about initiating contact with somebody else's significant other / Mac player is a joke that I just wrote my damn self. Because this dude went to Paul George and said, hey, Paul, you from LA? I'm from LA. You went to Fresno State? I went to San Diego State. How about you join me in LA to play with Doc Rivers and against that team from the Lakers? To which Paul George didn't say, I'm under contract. Paul George didn't say, hey, man, they threw me a party here last year where I said with a straight face, Oklahoma City, I'm here to stay. They got me the 4-year, $138 million max. No, he also did not say, hey, yo, the mayor of Oklahoma City, he actually wrote a for real proclamation saying thank you for like staying here and doing this thing with Russell Westbrook in Oklahoma City and trying to contend for championships. He didn't say any of that. He said, man, that's going to be one hell of a phone call I got to make to Sam Presti. And then Kawhi Leonard managed to gas him up enough to go do that. Kawhi Leonard gassed up Paul George enough to go to Sam Presti and say, hey, man, remember when y'all threw me a party because I stayed here? Remember when y'all were the feel-good story of free agency last year? Remember when I made you look real good, talk about scared money don't make none? Well, you ain't going to make no money on this here deal, and I want out. Now, I also got this angle where Sam Presti could have said with his chest, make me. Because you want a contract. And I get that y'all think that contracts don't mean anything in the NBA, but you're the general manager. You don't have to let that man leave. Hell, you didn't have to let James Harden leave, but this is Sam Presti's deal, man. And now we're looking at a straight-up rebuild as this video is being made. Russell Westbrook has not been traded, but conversations about him being traded are being had. So I would not be surprised to find out that he is traded before the weekend is out, if not while this video is being edited. But I can't take Sam Presti seriously anymore because he literally had to call up his protege, Michael Winger, at LA and say, all right, they want the trade, but I'm not going to let the trade happen unless I get this, to which I'm sure Michael Winger was told by Steve Ballmer, the owner, the richest owner in sports. Think about that for a second. Do whatever you must to get Paul George here because we want Kawhi. And Kawhi said he's not coming unless you get him Paul George or some variation of a superstar. And Paul George is apparently the dude that said yes, that I would take the trade. And so that had to be done. But I don't understand how Sam Presti expects to just walk out here with a straight face to tell the Oklahoma City fans that, hey, look, we're going to go through a rebuild. We know you can't do this. Look, I have been on the Sam Presti is not long for this job, like you need to fire him train, since he went into the text for Dion friggin' Waiters. Okay? I bring up the James Harden trade all the time because I should, and we should never forget, because at the time, it was the most lopsided trade in history. And now we're looking at Oklahoma City could be involved in 2 of the 3 most lopsided trades in history. We'll see how it pans out because draft picks. And I don't blame you if you don't want to applaud Sam Presti for getting picks and SGA and Danilo Gallinari, because you watch Kevin Durant walk, okay? You watch James Harden get traded. You watch Melo turn into putty. You watch Paul George walk. Serge Ibaka, gone. We can keep going down the list. Victor Oladipo, gone. You had players come through here and you had shots to do this. And now you're going, hey, you know what we're going to do? We're going to blow it up because we were already over the tax. And, it's going to suck. Here's the thing about the whole tax situation. According to John Hamm over there at Loud City, capologist to the public, Oklahoma City's still $14.5 million over the tax after trading Paul George. It apparently seems like they're not going to get under the tax at all. If by the end of the year next year, when they got to cut a check to the league for, the repeater tax, which is ridiculous, especially in a market this size. Because everybody wants to tell me how small market franchises operate, especially now that they seem to, we'll operate in the tax for this roster. And now we're going to get to test not the folks that are paying courtside seats, but the folks that are sitting in Loud City about how much they really want to go watch this team play. Because you're talking about folks that would rather miss paying the electric bill on time or maybe put it on the credit card and go see Oklahoma City play than not. Now you're going to test them. Now you're going to ask them to believe in Sam Presti again? Nah, man, fire him. I get that Clay Bennett has made this guy his guy, and in Sam we trust is the mantra of the Sam Presti truthers, but we've had it long enough now, man. Go get R.C. Buford. Go get David Griffin. Go get Masai Ujiri. Go get Bob Myers. Oh, yeah, I picked a bunch of guys that have won championships because I want to win, man. Look, I understand the move. I understand the move is to make the trade and to get assets and to protect the asset, and that's what general managers do. But stop acting like this is NBA 2K, all right? Stop listening to what Ryan Russillo has to say about this. Stop listening to what everybody has to say about this is a good trade and Oklahoma City's going to look good at doing this. No, in the short term, you suck. And as a local fan, that's all that matters. I want my teams to win. That's why I'm a fan of them. Right? I want them to win. I'm not a fan of them because, I want to be here for 8, 12 years when it sucked and be able to tell everybody when it sucked. No, there's no honor in that. Nobody likes being able to say that. You want to be here to win. You have a choice here. Now the choice is, hey, look, ride with us while we rebuild into something great. You had something great. You had something great in 2012. I was an intern covering the Thunder's loss to Miami, 4-1 series, right? They got beat. It happens. And I'm out in the hot sun in June, waiting on their plane to land as thousands of people showed up to the airport to clap for a team that got gentlemen swept. And I'm writing a color piece about the people that showed up. And I ran into this woman and her husband, the Yeagers. The woman's name's Barbara Yeager. Shout out to her. And I said, why are you here? And she said, because I believe in this team. I believe in the boys. And I said, they're not your boys. I'm playing devil's advocate. Tell me what this is. She said it used to be when people came to Oklahoma, you talked about the bombing. You talked about tornadoes. Sometimes you talked about OU football. But now when people come to Oklahoma, particularly Oklahoma City, they talk about the Thunder. And that was why she swore up and down by Kevin Durant, James Harden, Serge Ibaka, Russell Westbrook. You can't do that anymore. Now what are you going to do? You're going to swear up and down by a general manager, a guy that doesn't even play the game? We care about the transactions because we watch the game. I was so excited to watch Summer League basketball. I watched Zion Williamson mug Kevin Knox and throw it down, and that's what we're here to do. That's what's so exciting about basketball and the NBA. And now you're going to try to be as tone deaf as hell on the OKC Twitter handle talking about, hey, we just signed this dude whose first name you can't spell, can't pronounce, to a 2-way contract. Have fun with that. While we are also looking at shipping the soul of Oklahoma City Thunder basketball, whether I like it or not, Russell Westbrook to elsewhere and rebranding the entire franchise again. Not because the dude decided that it was time to go, not because he needed to retire here, but because Sam Presti said it should be so. I'm not rooting for Sam Presti's Thunder. I'm rooting for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And I think that gets lost in all of this. All right, that's it for me. Deuces.